Chapter 8. Selective Attention. Selective attention is an automatic filtering system, and this system is constantly at play. It's in every human. As soon as you think that you're not filtering your attention, that is literally filtering your attention. This system filters what you deem to be either important or irrelevant. Selective attention is automatic. It's like you're breathing. Whether or not you're thinking about breathing, you are breathing. When you think about your breathing, you can take charge of it. If you like, you can hold your breath at will. You can speed up your breathing. And you can slow it down. You can do the same thing with your attention. Selective attention is not random. Our state of being or our starting mood provides a lens which drives our attention. This can either trigger us or it can calm us down. If it triggers us, we tend to escalate it and then spiral out of control. And before we know it, we have an internal forest fire in our minds and an emotional flood in our body. Our feelings are amplified, and our rationalization and justification machine kicks into high gear, and we are off. We are out of the gate and armed with all the imaginary reasons that we need to justify the way we feel and the things that we do. All that this does is this intensifies and reinforces this death spiral. Now, this is not wrong and does not need to be negatively judged, and for sure must not be labeled as bad. It simply is. The question you need to ask yourself behind this is, where does this take you? If a river floods its banks and the water level rises, and it rises above the floor level of your house, what do you think will happen? Well, if you've never experienced this yourself, you must have seen pictures. Floods are not pretty, and floods are extremely damaging and destructive. When we have emotional flooding, the same thing can happen inside of us, and before we know it, we are drowning. We are drowning in the emotional flooding, and we drown out the outside world. Unless you want to live in a swamp, like Shrek, unless you want to live in Waterworld, you need to get the emotional water level back to baseline. You need to install effective emotional draining in your mind and body. Of course, this is obviously a mental model and a mental tool. I'm not suggesting that you physically install physical drain pipes in your head. That's just silly. The beauty is there is already an emotional drainage system inside of you. You simply need to do some inner maintenance and be aware of this flooding drainage system and be very aware of your internal weather. To become a selective attention ninja, you need to become your own weatherman or weatherwoman. You need to become your own weather person. This is your internal weather, and you have the ability to create a cloudy day or a sunny day. You have the ability to create any internal weather that you desire. Go ahead, give it a try. Think of a gloomy, overcast day. If you want, close your eyes while you do this. Do this with your eyes open or closed. Definitely with your eyes open if you are driving. Think of a gloomy, overcast day. Now add in some rain. Got that? Now think of a serious rainstorm. In your mind, imagine that it is pouring with rain. And now add in some lightning and thunder. Really turn that mental storm up. Fantastic. Now just let that fade. Let the weather subside. Let the lightning go away. Let the clouds disappear. And then put a physical smile on your face. Fake it if you have to. Pull the corners of your mouth back towards your ears, and in your mind, think smile. If you're worried that the smile will tear something, not to worry, send me the bill and I'll pay for the stitches. As you have a smile on your face, now think of a glorious day. It's early morning. The sun is beaming. The earth is alive. And the birds are singing. Remember Annie? Remember the song that Annie sings? The sun will come out tomorrow? Let the sun come out. Can you picture it? Even if it's just for a fleeting moment. Picture a glorious sunny day. If you really can't think of these mental images, then Google some. Look at images of a storm, and then look at images of a sunny day. Stare at them, feel them, and feel the difference between these images. If you have the ability to look at these images or see them in your mind, you have the ability to choose between them. You can either have a storm raging inside of you, or you can be a ray of sunshine. The choice is yours. The choice is up to you. All it requires is a little awareness and a bit of practice, and you will be well on your way to having bright, sunny days inside of yourself, no matter what the weather is outside. Awareness of this process is key. Oftentimes when I'm presenting a workshop, I'll inform the audience up front that we tend to only hear things that we want to. Even though in the beginning everyone agrees, within a few moments of interaction, it becomes extremely clear how individuals in the audience have fallen back into the trap, and they only hear what they want. Oftentimes, these are over discussions between the differences between masculine and feminine. The males in the audience tend to hear one thing. The females in the audience tend to hear another. The irony is, the conversations and the words that I'm using are all the same. Because of this difference in selective attention, we tend to only hear what we want to hear. Awareness here is key. Awareness of how this impacts your emotions, your feelings, your thinking, and your choices. Awareness of this process is key. It is the choices you make and then the actions you take which create your results. Chapter summary. You get what you focus on. It starts with our awareness. Be aware of what you focus on. Be aware of what you attend to. It is first about what we attend to, then it becomes about how we think about what we have to attend to. I'll say that again. It's first about what we attend to, then it becomes how we think about what we attend to. What and how we think about the things we think changes our thinking. Our selective attention is automatic. It's like our breathing. When we are not paying attention to it, it does it all on its own. When we pay attention, we can take charge of it and we can direct it.